There is a moment, every single night of your life, when you simply vanish, and you have never once caught yourself in the act. Last night, you remember lying down. You remember the ceiling. A stray thought about tomorrow. Then nothing. Then morning. Somewhere in that gap, your entire conscious experience switched off, and no camera was rolling. To understand why, you have to look inside the hippocampus, the small, seahorse-shaped structure that stitches new experiences into lasting memory. Neuroscientist Matthew Walker, who runs the Center for Human Sleep Science at UC Berkeley, has spent decades tracing what happens to this structure as the body drifts toward sleep. His research shows it does not shut off instantly. It downgrades one channel at a time, like a recording studio losing power. Sound fades first, then the sense of time, then the felt sense of the body itself. What remains is a thinning trickle of experience, and thinning experience cannot form a stable memory. But here is the strange part. In that final stretch, you are not unconscious at all. You are inside a transitional state called hypnagogia, a term coined by French researcher Alfred Maury in the 1850s to describe the drifting, half-formed images that arrive just before true sleep. Brain imaging from researchers at the Paris Brain Institute shows this stage producing bursts of activity that resemble dreaming, layered directly on top of waking thought. You are conscious, just conscious in a form your waking mind was never built to record. Picture it. Lying in the dark, a thought about your day slides sideways into something stranger. A face you don't recognize, a room that doesn't exist. This is the visual cortex firing on its own, disconnected from the outside world, generating images the hippocampus is too underpowered to file away. You experience it. You simply cannot keep it. Why would a brain evolve this way? Sleep researchers point to a simple pressure. Memory formation is metabolically expensive. As sleep descends, the hippocampus redirects its resources toward a different task entirely. Not recording the present, but consolidating the past. Researchers Giulio Tononi and Chiara Sorelli at the Wisconsin Sleep Lab describe this nightly process as synaptic homeostasis, pruning and strengthening the connections built during the day. Each night, the brain faces a choice: record this moment or protect yesterday's memories. It chooses yesterday, every time. There's a second layer to this mystery. Sleep is not a single off switch, it is a staircase moving through light sleep, deep slow-wave sleep, and REM, cycling 4 to 6 times before morning. The line between awake and asleep is a gradient so smooth that awareness itself cannot locate the exact step where it happened. This is why people woken during the earliest stage of sleep will often insist, with total confidence, that they were never asleep at all, a phenomenon researchers call sleep state misperception. Now the twist. The most memorable part of sleep is not the entrance. It is the middle of a dream. Sleep researcher Rosalind Cartwright at Rush University found that dream recall depends almost entirely on whether you wake during or just after REM sleep. Wake mid-dream, and the hippocampus gets one last chance to capture it before it dissolves. Wake an hour later and it is already gone, overwritten by the next cycle. Falling asleep gets no such reprieve. There is no waking moment right after it to catch the memory on its way out. By the time consciousness returns, it is morning, and the door closed hours ago. You do not forget falling asleep. You were never in a position to remember it, because the very system built to hold on to experience is the first thing sleep switches off.